Hi, my name is Alzar Tia. I got to see um, your discussion thread, video discussion thread. I thought it was great. One thing I wanted to share was that I noticed, not noticed, I actually in the article that I read. Um, well, I'll just say the article. The article is called "Licensure Board Actions Against Professional Counselors." It was written in 2017. I referenced it in my video as well. But the authors C. Emmanuel Ahaya and Peter J. Bacone kind of make a list of um, the violations that are like commonly, committed across the U.S. And they found that like dual relationships was like the primary one, but like right under that was like unprofessional conduct, which kind of sounds vague, right? And professional misrepresentation, and finally being convicted of a non-counseling related crime. Now, um, I did something. I wanted to bring this up because with dual relationships, the one thing I found really interesting is that with yours, how this was the counselor pursuing an intimate relationship with someone. Um, I thought it was kind of interesting to find out, like, and I saw a lot. So I'm from Texas. I couldn't find the website, but I did find one separate for Louisiana, and I found a lot of cases that were not even for anything like intimate and like relationship, but it was more like friendship, friendships having been formed or hiring someone that they was in therapy and so things like that. And I thought that was really interesting. And I really thought it was interesting that you also the theme you found was selfishness, because I said the what I had found was negligence, right? Like you know your this negligence to the codes that are in place, the ethics, the on top of that your own impairment. But selfishness is really interesting because I think as counselors it is very important that you don't consider yourself, especially when it comes to dual relationships. There is a part of us that does desire, right, forming relationships, and I think it is selfish for us as counselors to prioritize our desire over the well-being of the client. And we know that in the ACA code of ethics, I think it was code A4A, is about avoiding harm. And we got to be, like it's really important that we are aware. I think A4A is about avoiding harm and making sure that our actions don't cause harm. And we got to be aware that our actions will cause harm. And we also got to be aware that when we're impaired, right, that's the ACA code C2G. And got to be aware of our own impairment, which you quoted, I believe. And so in Texas, it's I think it's all across the board, dual relationships, but negligence, I think, partnered with selfishness is a great thing. And I'm really curious to see, how it's going to look going further because, like you said, yours was virtual. The cases that I was finding was virtual as well, and I guess there might be a growing number, especially due to COVID, and so that has a lot to do with distance counseling. And so, but thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting me share. I hope you have a wonderful night.